Hello and welcome back to Prevention Connection. For today's Part 2 Q&A, we're going to discuss treatment for opioid use disorder.
So anyone with an opioid use disorder can access treatment. They can start with their primary care physician. Talking to a doctor is always helpful because general practitioners may have knowledge of specialized treatment options, whether that's in the medical setting or specialists like psychiatry, behavioral health, counseling, all those things. In terms of substance abuse treatment programs, there's different ways that people can access treatment. It could be in an outpatient setting, which usually means going to a clinic and maybe attending group or individual sessions a few times per week. It might also involve intensive outpatient, which is a lot more often during the week. Residential programs, which is where someone actually goes to live in a facility while receiving intensive treatment throughout the day. In those residential facilities, people are there anywhere from maybe 30 to 60, sometimes 90 days, depending on how they're doing. All treatment should be individualized, so based on the person's needs and looking at other conditions they might have, either medical or psychiatric. For opioid use disorder, there are also narcotic treatment programs, which involve physical on-site and medications that are evidence-based treatment for opioid use disorder. Other options for treatment include self-help groups, so things like Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, and other support groups that are available depending on the community. So through KERN Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, we operate a substance use disorder access line. So that's a toll-free number that people can call at any time. We operate 24/7 in order to access treatment. The number here locally is 1-866-266-4898. And what we have in terms of our staff for that access line is drug and alcohol counselors that will answer the call, ask some questions about what the person is looking for in terms of treatment, and then ask additional screening questions to get a better picture of what the person's situation is, whether they have additional medical conditions, psychiatric conditions, whether the call might be an emergency, to direct them appropriately. And from that information, they are going to be referred to our network of providers. We also have in-person locations where people can be screened. And again, the process would be the same, except they'd talk to a counselor. KERN Behavioral Health does serve anybody with Medi-Cal and people who are uninsured. So they are welcome to call our access line, and our staff can help them walk through the different options available to them. For individuals that have different insurance plans, it makes the most sense to access the resources that you have available. I would recommend that they start with their own insurance provider. That might be able to direct them to what's covered. That way the cost is less. Since addiction is a family problem, folks have likely seen the person deteriorate with substance use. So it's not always easy to say in a supportive way, hey, I think you have a problem. So I think my recommendation would be to have resources available, information on how to access treatment, and really try to start a conversation about how they care about the person and they want to see them get better and heal. It's really, really important to let the person know that you are supportive, you care about them, you want them to be well, and also that they have options, and it's entirely up to them to take the first step.
Thanks for watching part 2 of this Q&A. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's video.